Look at your face tomorrow morning, and it may reveal what tonight did to your body. A late, salty dinner, a couple of drinks, a rough night of sleep, and suddenly your eyes look heavier and your cheeks look swollen in a way that feels different. That moment matters for more than vanity, because it can change how confident you feel at work or on camera, and it can hint that your habits are pushing your body toward inflammation and poor recovery. By the end, you will be able to read that morning face like a weather report, so you can tell what is temporary, what deserves attention, and what to change before bed so you wake up clearer. Think of your face as a weather map. Your blood vessels are the wind, your tissues are the ground, and fluid is the rain. When your internal climate is calm, the map looks balanced and familiar. When your internal climate gets stormy from food, alcohol, stress, or bad sleep, rain starts pooling in places where the skin is thinner and the drainage is slower. That is why the under eye area and jawline can change so fast, sometimes overnight, even when your body fat has not changed at all. Try something right now in the mirror. Gently press a fingertip just under your cheekbone for a few slow heartbeats, then release and watch how quickly the skin bounces back. If the imprint lingers longer than usual, you are often seeing extra fluid sitting in the tissue, not sudden fat gain. Researchers have shown across many clinical settings that fluid balance shifts quickly with salt load, hydration state, hormonal signals, and sleep quality. Your face is simply one of the first places where those shifts become visible because the skin there is delicate and the supporting tissue is loose. Picture the classic late-night meal that tastes amazing in the moment. It is hot takeout, extra salty sauce, and crunchy snacks while scrolling on the couch. The next morning, your eyelids can look puffy. More sodium in your bloodstream pulls water into the space outside cells, and your body holds onto that fluid to keep concentration balanced. Evidence shows that higher sodium patterns are linked to higher blood pressure and greater fluid retention tendencies, especially in people who are salt sensitive. The important nuance is that one salty meal does not ruin your face or your health. The bigger pattern is what matters because repeated high sodium evenings can create a rhythm of overnight swelling that starts feeling like your new normal. Now add alcohol to that same night, and the weather map gets even more chaotic. At first, alcohol can make you lose water and feel dry, but the story does not end there. As the night goes on and sleep quality drops, your stress hormones rise, your blood vessels stay more reactive, and your body can rebound by holding fluid the next day. Controlled research consistently finds that alcohol disrupts deep sleep and increases nighttime awakenings, which weakens the recovery processes that keep inflammation signals lower by morning. Alcohol can also widen superficial vessels in the face, which is why redness and puffiness often arrive together. It is a physiology story about timing, dose, and what else is happening in your routine. There is another simple experiment you can use tomorrow morning. Notice how your face looks before caffeine, then after a glass of water and gentle movement. If the puffiness decreases with hydration and circulation, that points toward fluid dynamics rather than permanent tissue change. Many people panic and assume rapid aging when they are seeing a reversible response to the previous evening. Food quality can create a different type of storm, even when salt is not extreme. Imagine a meal heavy in refined carbohydrates, sweet drinks, and very little fiber or protein. Blood sugar rises fast, insulin rises to manage it, and your body stores more glycogen, which binds additional water. This can leave you looking softer and more swollen the next morning, especially around the eyes. Over time, patterns built around ultra-processed foods are also associated with higher inflammatory markers in many populations. Evidence suggests the face can reflect that burden through dullness, puffiness, and delayed recovery after stress. The nuance is important here too. Carbohydrates are not the enemy, and fruit or whole grains do not behave like a flood of liquid sugar. Context, quality, and total pattern decide whether your internal climate stays steady or turns stormy. For some people, histamine and food sensitivity add another layer. Think of the person who wakes after a restaurant meal with a stuffy nose, itchy eyes, and a puffy face that feels tight. Histamine can increase vessel permeability, which makes it easier for fluid to leak into surrounding tissue. In allergic conditions, this pathway is well established, and it often shows up in the face first. That does not mean every bloated morning is a hidden allergy. It means repeatable patterns are worth tracking with curiosity, not fear, and discussing with a qualified clinician when reactions are persistent. Sleep is where the weather map usually flips from storm to calm, but only if sleep is deep and consistent. Picture the midnight routine that stretches too long. Bright screens, late messages, unfinished work, and a mind that stays buzzing. You finally sleep, but it is shallow and broken. The next morning, your face can look exactly like it feels: puffy, flat, and tired. Research on sleep restriction repeatedly shows changes in facial appearance ratings, higher inflammatory signaling, and poorer tissue recovery. During healthy sleep, lymphatic flow and vascular regulation help clear byproducts and rebalance fluid. When sleep is fragmented, that cleanup shift gets cut short. A short story makes this mechanism concrete in a way most people recognize immediately. Sarah had an important interview and wanted to look sharper, so she bought expensive eye patches and chilled metal rollers. The tools felt good, but her face still looked swollen on key mornings. After tracking a week of habits, she found the real pattern. Salty late dinners, wine close to bedtime, and less than restful sleep were landing on the same nights. She changed only a few levers: earlier dinner, lighter sodium in the evening, alcohol only on nights before flexible mornings, and a consistent wind down routine. Within days, her face looked less puffy by breakfast, and more importantly, she felt more in control because she understood the map. That point matters because the beauty market often sells the wrong villain. It frames morning puffiness as a product problem when it is usually a systems problem. Cooling gels, caffeine creams, and massage tools can offer temporary improvement by constricting vessels and moving fluid, and there is reasonable evidence for small short-term effects. But they cannot fully outperform chronic sleep disruption, regular heavy drinking, or high-sodium late meals. External care can support the result, yet internal rhythm drives most of the baseline. If you want practical change without obsession, start tonight with a simple sequence. Keep dinner satisfying but less salty than usual. Drink water steadily in the evening instead of trying to catch up right before bed. If you drink alcohol, keep it modest and earlier so sleep has a better chance to normalize. Take a short, easy walk after dinner to improve circulation and glucose handling. Then protect your final hour before sleep like it actually matters, because for your face and your recovery, it does. Over the next week, watch trends rather than judging a single morning. You are looking for repeated links between certain nights and next day puffiness. If your face improves on nights with steadier sleep and lower sodium, you have direct evidence from your own body. If puffiness remains persistent, painful, or mostly one-sided, or if it comes with symptoms like breathlessness, chest discomfort, rash, or sudden swelling elsewhere, that is a medical signal and deserves prompt care. Come back to the opening moment in the mirror. What looks like random puffiness is often your internal weather speaking in plain sight. When you learn to read that signal, you stop guessing, you stop blaming your face, and you start adjusting the conditions that shape it. Your face is not betraying you in the morning. It is reporting the forecast, and now you know how to change the weather.